Buenos días, buenas tardes, buenas noches, amantes del rock y del metal. Bienvenidos y bienvenidas a Conexión Rock Radio. Para mí siempre, como siempre, es un gusto estar aquí con ustedes, llevándoles otra interesante video entrevista. Johnny González les saluda y como siempre les invitamos a que nos dejen su pulgarcito arriba y que disfruten de las entrevistas y de los invitados en este 16 aniversario. Hoy tenemos un invitado muy, pero muy especial, una persona que yo creo que mencionar Helloween o mencionar Masterplan, yo creo que es un referente y que ha sido guitarrista y compositor de esta banda durante muchísimos años y que hoy vamos a estar hablando de su actualidad, por supuesto, planes a futuro y algunas sorpresas que él y sus compañeros de banda van a tener en este año 2025. Le doy la más cordial las bienvenidas al señor Roland Grapow, que está aquí con nosotros en el Zoom.
Thank you very much for being here, and it's a pleasure.
Start my interview with you. We had a new tour. In this case, the Latin American tour in this year 2025 that includes many countries, like example Brazil, Uruguay, Argentina, Chile, Perú, Guatemala, El Salvador, Costa Rica, Bogotá, in this case Colombia, Honduras, and of course many cities there in Mexico City. I want to know, my dear friend, we share this tour in several days with the guys from Hammerfall. What are your expectations from this tour, and how do you prepare for the audience in this region?
I mean, with Hammerfall, it's just a couple of shows. The rest we play alone or with some bands like Vision Divine. We have a couple of shows together. One show I remember we have was Gravedigger. So basically, it's like we have 17, 18 shows and just 5 or 6 with these other bands. And so preparing for the tour. Yeah, I'm slowly preparing. I'm just finishing working on the new album. And I was expecting to finish already 1 or 2 months ago, but I'm always unhappy with my work. So I'm always trying to beat myself with the mixing, mastering, and I'm thinking now I'm pretty fine and happy about it. In 2 days, I'm finishing the mix, mastering, and then we go to Hamburg for our next 5 shows on the metal cruise we have this month. October is off. I have 1 week holiday, but the rest I'm preparing, learning the songs, and I don't need to learn them, but I want to be better than normally because it's a very important market, South America, and we have some special songs for you in South America, which are from my former band, which we also played on the Pump Kings album, but Masterplan never played them live so much. I think we did it just three times so far. So, and South America will be, be happy to hear them.
The fans are curious about the set list. The people are thinking perhaps Roland includes many songs from Helloween that you originally wrote along the years. Alongside a close Masterplan classics, you had a new work on the process. I don't know if you have contemplated releasing something new or presenting something new in this upcoming tour.
Our new album is now finishing. Maybe there will be already one video out till we arrive. It's end of October, November, because the video we're doing next Friday. I think the record label Frontiers will release one single already with a video. That maybe is a song we're going to play as well. So we don't know exactly. We have already one song from the new album playing for 1 year. It's a kind of funny because we released it on AFM Records, which is not our label anymore. And it was over on the album. So the song is Rise Again, and we play it already. So we have 2 new songs. We have a couple of Helloween songs from my time. I wrote them. And that maybe was a surprise. I told you already. So then we play the best of Masterplan, of course. I mean, it's hard to judge, what is the best. But I have a certain feeling that most people want to hear the best stuff from the first 2 albums, and that's what we're doing, And then from each album we do 1 or 2 songs, and that's it. So I think, I don't know how many songs we have, 15, 17, maybe 18. It's a long set list, but it will be a lot of fun.
By the way, I want to know, how do you feel, and you and your bandmates, in playing for many countries for the very last time in your history, especially Honduras? The people are looking forward, expecting to enjoy, have a big time with you, enjoying the songs, singing the songs, and of course, that you and the rest of the band had a good time here in your country.
You know, this is a funny thing because we are a band which is a kind of relaxed on stage. We are not this kind of stiff heavy metal band which is performing and you have to follow us. We want to have a party feeling. You know, we want that the people interacting with us, they should sing with us. They should sing along. We have a lot of sing along parts, and we will have a lot of smiles on stage. We're not the honest kind of brutal band, you know. And we're like a personal enjoying. That's the kind of stuff we hope to get the fans, or the in return of the fans, the same, you know. And especially coming to countries which I think I never played there, and it was Masterplan, Honduras. And there will be a big surprise to see the reaction of them, and I hope they will be happy.
Masterplan has a diverse discography, Roland, from the set-titled album until Pumpkins, and of course, new album that appears in the progress in the next months. Which album do you personally feel the best represents the essence of the band?
It's hard to believe it, but I have to say it's the first album and the Aeronautics album are still my favorite. We had a special lineup at that time. We had different songwriters in the band, you know, and of course, Masterplan was a more kind of team of Uli Kusch and me in the beginning. Then Johan Lande came. Mm-hmm. Then we did Aeronautics was more like a band project, which was great. But then, you know, the band changed, the lineup changed a couple of times now. Now we had a long break. I mean, I went back to different business. You know, my music studio where I'm sitting here now was in a different house before. Mm-hmm. And I made, I don't know, a couple of hundred bands I was producing the last 10, 15 years. And so I was a bit like, you know, why should I make albums when I make so much money at home, you know? But now I'm back, you know, I finished this kind of period. I'm tired about producing bands which are not listening to me, you know, it's kind of a joke. And yeah, I have my fire back. It's a bit funny because of my age, you know, getting the fire back means I play much more guitar again after since 1 or 2 years now. We finished the album, which took really 4 years to make this album. And I still believe the first album and second was my favorite. And that's why we play so many songs live from this 2 albums.
Speaking of Pumpkins, that was your last album with the band. I want to know what was the motivation behind re-recording your Helloween compositions under the Masterplan banner? And how did the fans react to this project?
It was a very easy solution because I just realized after now 15 years that Helloween never played my songs. Mm-hmm. And I realized not after 15 years, I realized after 5 or 10 years already. But I was thinking maybe they play it next time, you know, but they never did. They have this kind of strange attitude to give me the feeling I was never in the band, you know, and they want that the fans forget me. They don't want to play my songs. They don't want to play Uli Kusch songs. You know, I think a couple of Ulis they played in the past, but not anything anymore. And after that period, waiting and thinking, I said, why I'm not should bring my own songs back to myself, you know, because I can play it live. Mm-hmm. I played my songs many times with not with Masterplan, but with my solo band, a kind of solo band. When I came to Brazil and Mexico. This year I was in Mexico playing, like, you know, so many songs of mine. Like, you know, in the past we did Mankind, we did The Dark Ride, we did Mr. Ego, we did Time of the Owls, we did The Chance, we did a couple of songs of Uli Kusch, you know, we played Power, we played a couple of Helloween songs which are like Eagle Fly Free. I played even, because the fans wanted, I played even I Want Out and this kind of stuff, you know. It's not my songs, but for my feeling, I said I bring my own songs home, because this band doesn't want it. Fans doesn't know it them anymore. Of course they know it, but they don't hear it anymore. And that's why I thought to myself, Kai Hansen was in Gamma Ray. He played always his songs. You know, he played always Future World and I Want Out live. Mm-hmm. And why I can't do it? It's my songs. You know, I wrote them. And the only co-written song was the lyrics of Time of the Owls and I think Mankind. For Mikey Kiske. Yeah, that's it. So the rest is the music. It's all written by me. And a couple of these ideas I even had before Helloween, you know, like music, the song called Music was written in Rampage already with a different title. And I was singing on it called, you know, I think the song called Dreams there at that time. It doesn't matter. And then even the song which I also not play or not even was Step Out of Hell, which I wrote the lyrics. I wrote the lyrics for Ingo's problem at that time about this kind of drugs and this stuff. And this was also written with Rampage already. So it doesn't matter, it's my songs. And but some fans doesn't understand it. They don't want to understand. It's like was an easy solution for me. But then some crazy guys thought I was not part of the reunion or something. That's why I did it. But I did it already before, It takes always time with the recordings, like 1 year or something, or when we started. And then, people think too much. Mm-hmm. It was the easiest.
I understand your point that behind the reason that you decide re-recording these songs and pulled in this special compilation, perhaps it's a kind of answer to Helloween. In another point of view, it's a kind of make justice for make better the songs that you write and songs over years with the band. It's very interesting that you pick classical songs in your era with Helloween. About your time in the band, is it still remembered fondly with many fans? Your compositions, many classical songs that is still alive over the years. How do you feel today, Roland, when you look back at your years in the band, in the musical aspect and, of course, personally?
I look very, very positive about it. It was a beautiful experience. I had a great time. I mean, my dream came true. I was in my normal job, but then I was asked to join Helloween, which I never knew before. I didn't know the band. And I checked them out. I was getting friendship very quick with Waiki, and then I joined the band very quick. It took 3 months for waiting. He asked me already 3 months before Kai left the band, because there was rumors already. And then I went to America, and it was a beautiful experience. I couldn't speak English at that time. That was the only bad thing, I was the only guy who couldn't speak English. The new guy couldn't speak English. And I think it took 4 or 5 years before I started talking. Something made switch. And I was shocked. I didn't want to make mistakes so much, and I had lessons with an English guy living in Hamburg. He taught me like 2 months. And then I felt self-secure, and then I was so happy about it, And then, all the experience with the Helloween members, there was so many ups and downs, but I don't remember this down so many. I mean, I don't want. I see the positive stuff, And the most beautiful part is when people write me now, they grew up with my music when they were young, And that was the same experience when I was young and you like the music. You never forget this in your whole life. It's like my experience when I was 12, 13, 15 with Grand Funk Railroad or UFO, Scorpions and this stuff. I love music from that era so much, It's like part of my childhood, my youth, It's like unforgettable. And that's I'm proud when people write me this, I grew up, you were one of my favorite lineups in Helloween with Uli Kusch, and they love it. Other people like they're maybe a bit older, they like the Keeper era better, and which is a beautiful era, is the right English era. Yeah. It was a great part was, the real Halloweens are like Waiki and Kai Hansen, that's it, there's nothing to talk about it. I was a replacement, but I did a good, are you sorry, say in English? Impression is not the right word. Some legacy I left, I had great songs. I think a lot of people liked my guitar playing a lot. Many people missing this Fender guitar, which I always used in Helloween for 90% or 95%. And I miss it as well. So I'm doing a solo album soon, next year, and I will only play on my solo album, only Stratocaster, so people should know about it.
I had a personal question to you before to close this chapter with Helloween, Roland, and in focus more with Masterplan in the current activities. Recently, Helloween clarified in the social medias that your departure back in 2001 was due to musical and personal difference, but amicable. How important is to you that clarification that was made public now? I had the feeling is perhaps Helloween wants to bury the axe. I don't know if the people are looking forward. It's possible. It's matter of time that you can appear with the guys in the celebration and perhaps plays a few songs with you.
I think it's not happening because there's a lot of distance between us. Mm-hmm. And no, I just opened this kind of Facebook to see my text there to explain it. It's like, I had some trouble some weeks ago or some months ago. 1 month ago. I was hearing some rumors that I was having some. I never wanted to talk about it, but I want to make it official now. It's like if somebody talks bad about you without any reason, I'm asking why is this a reason? And so I contacted the management of Helloween. Why people talk in the band bad about me that I was stealing something? That's why we made this statement on my Facebook page, and also Helloween posted it. So it's officially from Helloween, and. It's not about the statement that I was fired or left for musical differences. Mm-hmm. We would like to clarify, Helloween band has no accusation against Roland. So if somebody has something against me, then the rumors are right. Mm-hmm. But there is no right. You know what I mean? Oh. So the next step is something I hear again. It's getting to my lawyer. That's why it's this kind of stuff.
Okay. With this current lineup, in this case, Masterplan, Rick Altsey, Axel McEnroth, Jari Karihaunen, and Kevin Cott. How do you describe the chemistry and creative energy within Masterplan today?
It's kind of the lineup I can just dream about. It's such an easygoing friendship we have, which is the most beautiful thing. I mean, not every band has friends in the band. Normally, it started like this when you're younger, but later it gets into the business side or into the, I don't know, people start hating in the band, and then you make agreements. Even some bands are like brothers; they start hating each other. I forgot. Is it Oasis with the brothers here? Mm-hmm. And it's kind of natural thing. It's like not wedding. I mean marriage. It can happen, but my personality is always to search for, at least in my age now, to have freedom. I don't care about this. If somebody starts fighting with me, I ignore him. I try not to follow this stuff. That's why I made this Helloween statement there. Mm-hmm. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to give explanations why, and it's not true. And I say the opposite, and then it comes back. This is like childhood shit. I don't want that. I don't know. This is definitely not my mentality. I like to discuss something in the band, but I'm not talking about to other people bad about other people or my ex-friends. When you say he was my friend and this kind of stuff. That's why I don't believe in humans so much. I'm a really big fan of dogs and animals. They're true. They're honest. If they hate you, they show it to you immediately and not like behind your back. You know what I mean?
Yes, I understand your point, Roland. The new album that appears a few months later, the fans are expecting a kind of continuation of your classical songs, in this case, the essence of Masterplan. Or do you want trying something different, a kind of more experiment in your song?
I think both. I think I'm always thinking about how we have the typical Masterplan style. It's my style of playing guitar, arranging the songs. It doesn't matter who writes the songs. I'm always responsible for arranging it and say yes, it's good or not. And in that case, I'm not so easygoing because I have a concept. We started it, and I don't want to leave the concept too much left and right. But I like to make experiments and. I think it's also the strength of Masterplan. We always did a little bit left and right. Also when you see Time to Be King, this album was more heavier, more open, more different, not so power metalish, but still great. I love this album, But this time we go back a little bit to a new experiment with meets a power metal style of Masterplan. We have some elements a la Hero inside or Kind Hearted Light. We have prog elements. We always had prog elements, like you know. I like this stuff, you know. The intro of you know. I'm bad with memorizing my own songs. Sorry. Like Soulburn, definitely it's a kind of bit proggy song, and we always had it, you know, in many songs. It's like on one song on each album was a prog element, or lower key, like Bleeding Eyes, you know, very low tuning, which I need a different guitar for it. I can't play with normal tuning. And I'm always open for this, you know. We have also a couple of songs left, which we don't use this time, because I think we went too far if we would use these 2-3 songs which are left. One really is a very happy song, which is not typical Masterplan. It's more like a Helloween song, to be honest. Could be written by Waiki. And I said, nah, not now, next time. But it's a beautiful song, I like it. And then we have one song, it's a ballad, and it's very Irish sounding. And I also thought this is too much now, you know. And so we have 10 songs now, and yeah, I'm pretty happy. Every song is a bit different. You know, I don't like to have 10 songs the same, like AC/DC or something, and not to make them degrading and something. It's just a style. I think it's a bit boring, you know. And but here's a Helloween. Also, even I'm thinking always about Helloween and my songs too, because everything I learned in Helloween I still keep arranging in my parts as a guitar player. You know, that's. I think Masterplan is just more modern Helloween style, you know, kind of with a mix of my old heroes like Rainbow, Deep Purple, maybe even the bands which are not metal at all. It's like Foreigners, Styx, Kansas. Toto. I'm the biggest Toto fan in the 80s. You know, Steve Lukather was my idol. I have many solo elements I'm playing from him. I learned from him. You know, always from him. You see, I'm just showing all my idols melted in one, and it's like a melting pot. You know, but I think the new album is pretty good. It's kind of, you know, it's not as good as the first and second.
I want to know, Roland, after so many years in the industry, you know, you playing with many bands, collaborating, you are producing many bands around the world. I want to know what keeps your passion alive for touring, composing, and performing metal music around the world.
I'm pretty extreme. I like to work, you know. I'm not a lazy guy at all. Like I told you before, I mentioned I was producing bands and for 15 or maybe longer, 18 years. And then the market went a bit down last year, or was it 2 years ago? And I said, I should concentrate on Masterplan again. And that's what I did. And now we have a new record label. And I'm really motivated now, you know, and I'm working less now with these bands. And I have to say, after working in the studio, like 10, 15 bands in a year, it makes you tired. It makes you burned out, you know. It takes all your energy. It's like a teacher. You have to think about everything for them, because most of them are unexperienced. I didn't work so much with professionals, you know. I mixed a couple of many albums which are made by professionals like Lords of Black. They're really great musicians, and, you know, don't get me wrong. But I recorded in Slovakia many Czech bands and Slovakian bands and also Spanish bands, very unexperienced, and they, you know, it's kind of sucking your energy. So I'm tired about it. So I'm happy now to have a job now as a musician, and again with Masterplan, and that's why not taking care. I'm now in the age I have to think about, you know, make some more great albums. That's it, you know, also solo albums. So I'm happy to be motivated after so many years. My last solo album was 99. I don't know when it was, so long ago, you know. Now I want to play guitar. I want to show again, you know. I want not to show how great I play, but I want to express my feelings more. You know, in this age, I want to have my experience with feelings melted together. Of course, virtuosity is great. I'm so happy that all my stuff is still working with 66, you know. No problems with the bones and stuff. Other people have big trouble or even are dead already. And, you know, I'm really happy about it. So I want to make more albums.
Final question for the fans in Latin America who see you for very first time in this tour. What message do you like to share with them ahead of this tour?
Yeah, like I said, I want to show my happiness on stage. I mean, not only mine; the whole band is happy. You see how positive we are. We're like I don't know. We're like a bunch of great guys. Hopefully, great playing. Playing great songs, which for sure are great songs. And I think this energy has come to the members, or to the fans, and also private. We're not like like showing off on stage, and backstage we are like, we like to hang out with the fans as much as possible. Depends of how tired we are, because it's a stressful tour. In the past was difficult because of Corona and meeting people, and you always get sick, which is not nice. Always getting a cold or something, and but definitely hanging out with the fans is the most beautiful thing.
Okay, Roland, what message do you want to send for all the people that enjoyed this interview? And thank you so much for your time that you considered me in this interview. And we're looking forward to back again in person with the rest of the guys. And we offer a warm welcome to Honduras in this upcoming tour with Hammerfall. And of course, the best luck with this new album that appears in a few months in the new page in the on Masterplan.
Thank you very much. I forgot to tell you, I think I can say it already. The album will call Metamorphosis.
Damas y caballeros, pues aquí ustedes han disfrutado de esta interesante entrevista con Roland Grapow del banda Masterplan. Les invitamos en la descripción del video, en español y en inglés, por supuesto, porque vamos a poner los subtítulos aquí de la traducción. Ahí ustedes van a ver las fechas y todos los detalles para que ustedes en las diferentes ciudades de Latinoamérica puedan ser parte de este interesante encuentro con Roland Grapow y por supuesto con sus compañeros de Masterplan, que ya vienen ya a celebrar su legado y de igual manera ya con un nuevo trabajo discográfico en progreso. Soy Johnny González, estas fueron las entrevistas internacionales en Conexión Rock Radio y ahí está Roland, ahí con su guitarra, haciendo de las suyas y por supuesto, ¿qué es? ¿Una Fender Stratocaster?
Yeah, that's my Helloween one, which I played live. Still have it.
Ok, ya saben, damas.
Chao.
Con Roland Grapow, que el rock y el metal no falten siempre en su dieta diaria. Que la pasen muy bien.